All right, now we're going to go on to Chapter 10 homework. So we'll scroll down to Chapter 10 and remember we'll open up homework. And the part that we want to look at are the problems and applications, the ones that count towards your grade. So we'll click on that. And I think you have like 4 questions or so. Yes, you do on this. So let's start a little bit. So this material is actually looking at the idea of the gross domestic product. And as a quick reminder, gross domestic product, remember, is a way, or it's a measure that we use in economics and in the country as a whole to kind of get a sense of production, what the country is able to produce. So that's our gross domestic product. There's a couple ways that we can figure out gross domestic product. There's the expenditure approach, and then there's the income approach. This particular question is looking at it from the expenditure approach. So we have 4 different groups of people, if you like, that spend, and that's how I like to think of it anyway. The consumer, the firm, the government, and then net spending by foreigners. Or the more accurate way of saying this is your exports, so that's what the country would sell overseas, minusing out any imports, so any foreign goods coming into the country. And the reason we want to minus out the imports or the foreign goods coming into the country is because with gross domestic product, what we're trying to measure is production of our country. So we don't want to include, foreign goods in our gross domestic product. So for example, if a consumer spends or purchases something, it could be something that was made from another country. So we need to minus the imports. All right, so how you're going to tackle this question is you just kind of want to think about which, and we won't do all of them here, but just to get you going here, which of these, the description that you're given, what would it be as far as the category for the gross domestic product? So it reads, Ford manufactures a Focus and sells it to Avis, the car rental company. So it's a little tricky, this one. So Ford manufactures a Focus and sells it to Avis, the car rental company. So since they're selling it to the car rental company, so that would actually be an investment for Avis, because Avis has purchased it as an investment because they're going to rent it out. All right. The second one's also a little tricky as well. And the thing you have to keep in mind here is just how gross domestic product, the different components are defined. So it says, Aunt Jane buys a new house from a local builder. So though you might be thinking, okay, that's consumption because she's buying a new house, that actually is counted as an investment under gross domestic product because it's something that a person is going to hold for a long period of time. So new homes are always going to be in the category of investment. It won't be consumption. So I would just tell you, just remember that. And then what you're going to do is just kind of go through each one and think about, so maybe we'll do one more. Okay, we'll jump down to this. New York hires workers to plow snow after a snowstorm. So New York is hiring these workers to plow. So you want to think of that as the government doing that. So I think that little hint there will help you. Okay, so the next 3 questions, I don't really think I need to tell you too much other than give you a couple little reminders. So the next question is talking about transfer payments. And as a reminder, an example of a transfer payment would be, for example, Social Security. Or unemployment benefits. So it's where the government gives money to a person. And as a clue, just keep in mind that is not considered anything to do with production. The next question is asking about used goods. So again, quick little reminder about gross domestic product. We're only concerned with the actual production going on in society at some given period of time. So used goods, keep in mind, are goods that were produced in a previous year or quarter. So I think that should help you out there. And then your last question is talking about the participation of women in the U.S. labor force. I don't really think I need to give you any clues on this, so I think you'll be good with that. And that's it, yeah, for Chapter 10.